What time is it, my creatives? That's right, it's photo hacking time, and it's your host, Charlotte Salcedo from photohacklovers.com, and today I'm going to bring another tutorial to you highly requested by many of my viewers. So much requested that I created a whole entire textures kit to aid people in making these lovely crystal textures that you see on my screen. So I have been trying to recreate some. It's very popular on Tumblr and Pinterest. These things where they take images and they just crystallize them and they make them shiny and stuff. And so I've gone ahead and recreated those, and I'm going to go ahead and show you in Photoshop how I've done this. Now, I've hopped on over to creativemarket.com. You can go ahead and purchase the texture kit here, and that is the first step to get these textures. And all together, you're getting quite a bit of items. There's about 147 in total. I think there's a little bit more than that because you get marbles, you get brush strokes, you get a lot of stuff. And I created this, little art scene with the kit. So it's pretty cool. Collages and crystal and glitter art are all the rage right now on Tumblr, Pinterest, and that other site, something about iloveyou.com, or I don't know. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's another social site, though. Something like that. Oh, I Heart It. Yeah. I don't know why I keep calling it I Love You, and it's I Heart It. Okay, so these are the brush strokes. You get 135 candy bar textures, 12 marble backgrounds, 10 pink strokes. Okay, the only thing that I did was I made the marbles seamless, but I didn't make anything else seamless because I don't know, I think that it, like, making them seamless kind of like messes up the textures. I don't like to do that. If you want to make them seamless, I'm going to show you in another video how to do that very simply. A lot of stuff is coming up this month. So this is the first set, okay? This is the second set. We're going to be using a couple textures from here, and mainly we're going to focus highly on set 3. We're going to be using some alien vomit, some unicorn rhinestones, some galaxy diamonds, maybe some cocktail dress, and definitely some moon rocks. This is set 4. You got a lot of cool different textures here. Interesting stuff. And this is basically the iridescent set. It's set 5, and we might be using some of those too. Now what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've set these all out into patterns. I have those files. If you ever want to message me, I'll give them to you if you have the purchase receipt. But you can easily make the patterns yourself, and I'm going to show you how to do that just here now. Now you can purchase this set on Creative Market, or you can purchase this set on my website at photohacklovers.com. So the choice is up to you. The only difference between the two sites is that on my site you get for full commercial use for $19. With Creative Market, they have a different set of rules. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so I'm in the candy bar textures bundle. Okay, so for example, if you wanted to go ahead and this is set 1. Okay, let's just take this one, the first one, open it up into Photoshop. And it's very simple. You go to Edit, Define Pattern. And you can name it whatever you want. It's already named based on the file extension. I'm going to press OK. Okay? And then you're going to see that, let's close this out. If you go back, and I'm sorry, my cat's making a lot of noise. If you go back to here, okay, and you click on Pattern Overlay, the pattern is here, okay, and you just click Snap to Origin. You can change the size of the pattern to 25, 50, or 100. based on what you're looking to achieve. I'm just going to cancel that out because we're not going to be using that quite just yet. So I'm going to pause. I'm going to go ahead and create the first one with you guys, and then the next ones I'm going to do it through speed art because this is going to get very long. Okay, so I have already went ahead and created a new document, and I'm creating this for Instagram because I'm basically killing two birds with one stone. I need some more posts for my Instagram. So basically an Instagram post is going to be 1080 by 1080 pixels in 2019 or 3.6 by 3.6 inches. Okay? And you just press OK, create your new document here. So you have a blank document, and what you're going to do is you're going to want to get a photo. So I guess I'm going to crystallize. First, before you do this, you want to decide what you're going to do with this. I'm going to grab her here in the chair, and I'm going to just use this portion, not the rest. And let's see here. I know you're probably looking at my toolbar and you're going to be like, what in the actual fuck is that? I actually have a custom toolbar, and I can do a video on how I made that as well. So, 1 second here. I'm just cropping this down, you know, to get a good feel of where I want this. So I kind of want her like a little zoomed in so you can see the details on her, because she is a very pretty woman. And I kind of like want the focus. I don't want her to be like exactly in the center. So that's how I have it. Okay. So right now I'm going to create a new layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pattern overlay. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this texture. It's in set 3, and if you want to know the name of it, you can see that it's the galaxydiamonds.jpg, and you will see that that's probably in set 3, but you know, you can always check the cover photos just to make sure. But I'm going to go ahead and set it to that. Now this is pretty tricky, and this requires a few blend modes to do this. So I have my thing selected. I'm not using any type of special brushes. I'm just using a hard round, and I'm going to increase the size by hitting my right bracket key. And then basically what you're going to do, and I'm going to move my keyboard so I can use my my Wacom tablet. I'm sorry. I should be a little bit more prepared. My desk is kind of messy. So I don't like the way that's looking. It's looking a little bit blurry, so I'm going to adjust the texture here. It's really hiked up, so I'm going to put that, I'm going to set that to 25, and you can see that's made a huge difference. I'm going to click Snap to Origin. So what I'm just doing is it doesn't matter how messy you make it. It's it doesn't really matter, because we're going to do something after this. We're going to make this all hollow, glittery, transparent. It's going to look really cool. So basically you're just drawing all over her dress, you know, in the places where her dress is. Okay? So it's that fucking simple. Okay? Whoopsies. If you make a mistake, you can just erase it off. Well, some people are probably like, oh, why aren't you doing a layer mask? Okay? Ain't nobody got time for that. This is like quick work. We're doing very quick work. And we have a layer, so it's not like we're living in the danger zone or something. We actually have a second layer. It's not like we're ruining the first one. Don't you hate those Photoshop Nazis who are like always calling you out for like doing stuff that's like you're not supposed to do? Oh, dude. In the same coin, You're supposed to think outside the box. You're not supposed to have rules. Art, there's no rules in art. let's just get that straight. Art is experimentation. We are artist scientists. You know? It's fucking magic, bro. That's what this is. Sometimes when I'm doing a project, I like to experiment and try things out, and this is how I came across learning how to do this. It's like, other people don't teach you your Photoshop secrets. You gotta learn on your own. Okay, so once we've colored this dress in, you can't do these blend modes and they won't look right. You have to rasterize the layer first. I'm not sure why that is. I can't explain that to you, but it works a whole lot better. As you can see now, it's see-through with pen light, and you just have to go through these various. See, I really like that. The overlay looks really good. It looks really good, but it doesn't look that see-through, so I don't know. So one of the things that I have learned that might help with this, I'm just going to go back to normal and I'm going to turn off this layer. Sometimes when you burn the layer and make it a little bit darker, sometimes the sparkles show through a little bit better. So I'm going to just go ahead and like burn it up a little bit. Make it a little bit darker. Use the burn. And I put this on a new layer, so just in case, you know, I mess shit up, I'm safe. I'm a safe girl. You know what I always thought? Like, using, you know, layer masks is like essentially condoms in Photoshop. I know, right? Okay, so now if we go ahead and go back in here and we try to do this. Wait, am I on the wrong layer? Yes, I am. Okay, on this layer, on the sparkly layer. I probably should have named my layers. Okay, you see how much better that looks? Look at that. That looks pretty freaking spiffy now. That looks like a Cinderella dress. So I'm gonna just, like, in my mind, I'm going to highlight that I like it. So everybody remember that we like lighten. So we're just gonna go through these, scroll through these. I like lighter color too. Lighten, lighter color. There's not much of a difference. Ooh, I really like overlay, but I'm not really liking that blue that's coming through. That looks kind of weird. Ooh, I really like hard light. Okay, we're making mental notes of this. Now, pen light is the shit. Now that's looking really spiffy, right? I think pen light looks the most realistic, if you ask me. And let's see here. We have luminosity. Okay, so pen light. Okay, so I think pen light looks the most realistic in this case. Now, another thing that you can do to make this look more realistic is to brighten up these sparkles. And what I like to do is I like to take my sparkly brush and go ahead and do this. Now, I'm going to give these away for free, these glitter brushes. They're in beta. I'm going to go ahead and give these away for free. So if you subscribe to my Instagram, and don't just follow me and then unfollow me like a goddamn bastard, because I have an app that basically automatically blocks people who do that. So don't be a bastard and do that, because you know that's not happening. And then you just go ahead and sign up on my mailing list, and you're gonna get free stuff automatically. Okay, the stuff that you don't have to buy. So the textures, I'm sorry, they do cost money, but the glitter beta brushes, they're free. So basically, this is like one of the sparklies, and you're going to want to get a totally, completely white brush. And before because I have like super bad ADHD, This is Photoshop CC 2019, the latest version. I subscribe to the Creative Cloud because, I don't know, I'm not trying to get arrested for pirating. Okay, my life is worth more than a jail cell. Alright, so, okay, so the reason why it's not working is because I don't have my brush selected. You have to select it to affect it. So we have the brush going back on, and we have to go ahead and go back and select that same brush that we were using. Sorry, I have a lot of other brushes open too because I was working on another project, which I probably should have closed that. Okay, so basically, and you're just going to click, and it's going to randomly do this like sparklies. And don't worry, we can erase the ones that we don't like or the ones that go out of bounds. Okay, so that kind of gives it a more sparkly effect. So I'm really liking that. I'm just going to go ahead and erase the ones that got out of bounds. I'm being lazy. I'm not doing layer mask today. Alright, so that's looking really, really, really pretty. And sometimes what you can do is you can duplicate this layer and you can create multiple versions of this. So I like darker color, I like lighten, and sometimes you can, you know, just do duplications of this, and it kind of gives it a layered glitter effect. And so let me go ahead and show you how I got to that menu. There's like a hidden menu in Photoshop. So if you double click the layer, okay, you have this hidden menu that shows up. If you press the Alt key down, the command is on the apple, and you slide this to the left, it kind of takes away the background on here. You can also do some really cool color blends too. You see? That's pretty cool. That kind of takes the white out of it and brings the blue back in. So I'm really liking that. It's looking very Cinderella-y. I can't even talk. Yeah, so I really like that. And that is pretty sparkly. So I'm loving this. And this is probably looking really good for my Instagram. I think we're missing a sparkle over here on the flower. So that looks really, really good. I think one of the things that I want to do to offset the dress, because I think the dress is kind of really sparkly, I think I'm going to put some sparkles in her hair. So I'm going to do pattern overlay, and I'm going to select the same thing, and I'm going to get my brush out, and I'm going to go back to the hard edged brush, and I'm going to bring it down a notch, probably to 7. No, that's too high. Maybe 4. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and check the pattern. Maybe I'll use a different sparkly. Let's see which one this is. Unicorn rhinestones. We could play with this a little bit. Let's see how this rolls. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It looks really good. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and I'm going to zoom in on her head. You just click. You just pick the magnifying glass and just click. And you could do a lot of stuff with this. I mean, you could draw pretty much anything. And now I see that my brush is like way too big. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And you can just make like princess thing on her head, like these, like, I don't know what you call them, like crowns, like princesses wear. I don't know, that's like a really fucked up crown. Let me redo that. Let me try again. Okay, so we're gonna take it from here and go all the way across. Now, one thing you can do if you find yourself that you're having a hard time keeping straight lines, you can move the smoothing up a little bit. So, yeah. I don't know. I think that line is like way the fuck off. Okay, let's try again. Okay. I think it needs to come down a little bit more. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So we're just gonna make these stupid lines, these little princess lines, to make it look like I made this one a little bit thinner. It doesn't have to be perfect because a lot of these times these jewelries, these like metallic things that go on the head, they're never really even anyway because you have to remember they're hanging. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, we try. And plus, this isn't really like professional per se, it's just for Instagram, you know what I mean? So then you could also like do some eyeliner, like some sparkly eyeliner here on her eyes. Oopsies, I got too much on here. Good lord. And if you zoom out, it looks pretty cool. And of course you probably want to put some sparklies around her head to make it, you know, look unified. So I'm going to go ahead and get this sparkly brush back out. And of course you're probably not going to use all of these, but I don't know, I think I'm going to make it smaller. Okay, we can make the brush smaller. Okay, this is not working how I want. Okay, there we go. Point is to make it sparkle. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, and so last but not least, I'm gonna do a Control Shift A. Control Shift A. Or I'm sorry, Control Shift E. And that basically creates a copy of everything that's before. And I kind of like want to play with the colors here. So I'm going to go to the adjustments and the levels, and I'm just going to play with some of the colors here and kind of darken it up to make it look more sparkly, I guess. And that kind of looks really cool. That looks really cool. And I think that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign my work. Okay, so I've went ahead and created my signature. I put it on the side there, and I also thought it was missing something, so I put a little haze, and all I did was create a new layer, fill it with white, and then do a filter blur, and then I did a pen light overlay. Okay, so that basically gave it a pretty cool haze. And so this is looking pretty spiffy, and I really like it. Now, let's recap on everything. You will need the candy bar textures kit to get the textures to create this effect, and you will get the brushes. Now, we are currently like 20 people from reaching 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to release the brushes once we receive 1,000 subscribers. We need to hit 10,000 Instagrams. Okay, we're nearly near 5,000. So anybody who's watching this video, go ahead and go to my Instagram account. I will leave links in the description below. And I will go ahead and submit these brushes for free via my email list. So if you are not signed up on my email list, you will not get these brushes for free. Thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.